Namaste everyone and welcome to our continued study of Bhagavad Gita. So we are going to study the 16th chapter, which is very interesting and like all other chapters. And this is called Deva Sur Sampad Vibhag, divine and demonic qualities of all human beings. So Lord explains us his creation, the live creation here. So it is very, very interesting. So it starts with the Lord explains what are the divine qualities. So the first three verses, I've sent you the handout, and first three verses of Bhagavad Gita it explains, 16th chapter explains the divine qualities. So listen from Lord. There's he starts with Abhaya, fearless. Abhayam sattva samsuddhi. Abhayam sattva samsuddhi. Gnana yoga vyavastita. Danam damascha yagnascha. Swadhyaya tapa arjavam. Ahimsa satyam akrodha. Tyaga santirapeshunam. Daya bhuteshu aloluptvam. Mardvam hirichapalam. Teja क्षमा धृति शोचम अद्रोह नतिमानिता भवन्ति संपदम देवीम अभिजातस्य भारत. So Lord Krishna tells Arjuna that Arjuna, these 26 qualities that I enumerated, those are the divine qualities of human being. So he started with first one, Abhaya. Now I see the sequence of these verses. I know for good 20, 30 years. But now I understand the sequence, and oh my God, such a great sequence. No? So Abhaya means fearless. So God starts with that, Abhaya, fearless. That is the highest human quality. That God says there is nothing to be afraid of. So he starts with Abhaya. Bhaya means fear. Abhaya, prefix A makes it absence of fear. It is one of the most important human emotions. And all emotions are preceded by thought. But most of the time we are not aware about thought. So thought of dying, which all human beings harbor, that creates the emotion of fear of death. So this is the to be not afraid of death is the highest quality or highest grace of God that we can get it. So the God explains Abhaya. So death, God says, don't worry. And these your worry will go away only with the knowledge. These we are worried, it's because of our ignorance or avidya. When we have right knowledge, you will not worry. And God infuses the right knowledge to Arjuna, starting from the second chapter onwards. So God explains to Arjuna that your essential nature is Atman. And that never dies, it is never born. So he says, that Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu. He explains. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu dhruvam janma mrutasya cha. Tasmat apariharyarthe na tum sochitum arhasi. He tells Arjuna, whoever is born, Jatasya, he, dhruvo, means firmly established, dhruvo mrityu. Born is going to die. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu. Dhruvam janma mrutasya cha. One who is dead is going to reborn. Jatasya hi dhruvam mrityu, dhruvam janma mrutasya cha. Tasmat, therefore, apariharyarthe, which you cannot change. Tasmat apariharyarthe, natvam sochitum arhasi. Arjuna, you should not worry. You should not worry that you cannot change, and this is the fact of life, and this is the knowledge. Once you get the knowledge, you will not be worried automatically. Then he explains again that avyakta adini bhutani. व्यक्त मध्यानि भारत अव्यक्त निधानानेव तत्र का परिदेवना. All these people you see, he's pointing to his relatives and his as a grandfather and gurus and everyone. He says they are manifest now. So avyakta adini bhutani, they were unmanifest before. Vyakta means manifest. Avyakt means unmanifest. They were unmanifest before. Now they are manifest now. They will again be a manifest. Avyakt adini bhutani, vyakt madhyani bharata, avyakt nidhananeva, tatra ka paridevana. So what is there for you to lament? Know that this is the law of Prakriti, and you are part of Prakriti. Your body is part of Prakriti. All that you see is part of Prakriti except Atman is part of Prakriti. Whatever is put together will get disintegrated. Another fact. You put the house together brick by brick and windows and all those things, it is put together. So eventually it will disintegrate also. You put a car together with all the different parts, it will go to the junkyard one day. So whatever is assembled will die. So once you have this knowledge, you will not worry. So, and the one who has this knowledge, he becomes fearless. Once you become fearless of death, then nothing in the world can make you worry. So you won't be worried about your health or wealth or anything. So abhaya is the highest human quality. So God says that with the knowledge only this fear will go. Otherwise it will not go. And you will be subject to worries and lamentation and anxiety and everything. And so abhaya is considered as the greatest greatest virtue. And God says that you should meditate on this fact everything every day. So in that is indriya sarthe means we are born with these pairs of opposite. So the first pair of opposite or dvanda is life and death. Life is opposite death. So life and death. Then comes pleasure and pain, sorrows and happiness, then profit and loss. All these dvandas, they come later on. So these death is the first pair of opposite. And God explains that. So, Ichha dvesa samuthena, made up of these two things. It comes in 7th chapter. Ichha dvesa samuthena dvanda mohena bharata. Sarvabhutani sammoham sargayanti parantapa. Arjuna, born out of this pair, Ichha, Dvesh. Ichha means desire, Dvesh means aversion. Ichha, Dvesh, Samuttena, product. Product of these opposite pairs. Ichha, Dvesh, Samuttena, Dvanda, Mohena. And these pairs of opposite, they are not real, but they confuse you. Dvanda mohena, it will delude you. Dvanda mohena. Sarva bhutani sammoham. Because of these delusion, sargayanti parantapa. Everyone is affected by these pairs of opposite. So understand these, the moment you understand these, and these are all called as spiritual truths or spiritual knowledge. So God wants us to be fearless. So that is the first human quality. And so there are other kinds of fears. There are so many other kinds of fear. Fear of losing wealth, fear of losing health, fear of losing hair, fear of losing teeth, fear of losing eyesight. All these various kinds of fear. But God says none of that you should worry because they are part of Prakritis. And once you know this, those fleeting changes of Prakriti will not bother you. So, Abhayam. Second one is Sattva Samsuddhi. So, you remember this 26. Abhaya Sattva Samsuddhi Gnana Yoga Vyavasthita. Sattva Samsuddhi. Sattva Samsuddhi means purity of mind. This word Sattva is used for mind also. Sattva Samsuddhi or Antakaran Suddhi, purity of mind, intellect, our interior. So sattva samsuddhi, purity of mind. That is another great virtues, Arjuna. There's a divine qualities. So purity of mind. All our troubles are because of our impure mind. We came with pure mind, with the impressions from the past births, which were unmanifest, and slowly they started showing up their characteristics. So so that is sattva samsuddhi, and that made our mirror of mind dirty, and that's why we see the world the way we see it differently. Every one of us sees the world differently because our screen of mind is differently tinted with various rag, dvesh, and all other human deficiencies. So sattva samsuddhi means purity of mind is is within our territory. We can make it pure, and that is a pure. The purer the mind, closer you are to the God. Once the mind is pure, then you are close to God. So totally pure mind is you become divine. You become immediately divine because behind the mind is Atman, glowing light. But mind works as a cloud. So the cloud of different densities of raga, dvesh, of innovation, all other things. So that screen doesn't let the light of Atman come. So if the mind is very clean, then you are closer to your Atman, which is part of God, which is God. So that we learned it last time in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Sattva Purusha means purity of mind and purity of Atman. Sattva, minds. Purusha means Atman. Suddhi Samye. Sattva Purusha Suddhi Samye Kevalya. The purity when you get same as Atman of mind, it is Kevalya. Keval means only one. Then there is nothing, no two things. So Sattva Purusha Suddhi Samye Kevalya means you are liberated. Kevalya means we learned that Kevalya path in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. It starts with that. The purity of mind, when is same as purity of Atman, that is called Kevalya. So that's why God says Sattva Samsuddhi. So Abhaya Sattva Samsuddhi Gnana Yoga Vyavasthita. Gnana means knowledge, what we are talking about, the spiritual knowledge. The spiritual knowledge is confined or is crowded with our doubts. So once the doubts are removed, then the spiritual knowledge is yours to enjoy. So the knowledge is covered with faculty of doubt. And once we remove the doubt, then that knowledge is ours to enjoy and conduct our life. But if we have doubt, then we cannot have that. So that's why God says you have to have a faith in the spiritual knowledge, in the scriptures, in the words of God. So God says that. So that's why He says, Shraddhavan labhate gnanam. Only man with Shraddha will get the knowledge. Shraddhavan labhate gnanam tat परसंयतेन्द्रिय ज्ञानम लब्ध्वा पराम शांतिम चिरेणाधिगच्छति. He says, Shraddhavan, man of faith will get this knowledge. Which knowledge? Spiritual knowledge. Shraddhavan labhate gnanam tat para, means dedicated to tat para. Sanyatendriya, control of senses. Kasanyatendriya. Gnanam labdhva param santim. Attaining these knowledge, param santim. Chirena adhigachati, means he will get this knowledge. And then he immediately puts, that's where it comes, agnascha, asraddhadhanascha, sansayatma vinasati, nayam loko asti, na paro, na sukham sansayatman. But if you are a doubter, God says, agnascha means without knowledge. Gna means knowledge. Agnascha, asraddhadhanascha, without shraddha. Sansayatma and doubter. No knowledge, doubting, and no faith. Then you are going to be left alone and you will go downhill. So agnascha asradhanascha sansayatma vinasyati nayam loko asti na paro na sukham sansayam. Not here, not hereafter. For such a man, without faith, with doubt, will have that. So no doubt. So that's why God says knowledge is available if you don't have doubt. Agnes, so abhayam sattva samsuddhi gnana yoga vyavastita, uh, establishing Gnan and Yoga both. So Gnan means we are talking about spiritual knowledge. We are not talking about worldly knowledge. Gnana Yoga means practical. So theoretical knowledge as well as practical. Gnana Yoga Vyavastita, established in theory and practice of Brahma Vidya. Gnana Yoga Vyavastita. Then next one comes Dana, Damascha, Yagnascha. All these qualities we are taking one by one. Dana. Dana means to share whatever you have with others who don't have that. That is Dana. Dana. It can be your financial wealth, it can be your physical wealth. If you are a great musician, it can be your music. If you are a spiritual guy, you say share your spiritual know. All these are different kinds. Sharing whatever you have which is worthwhile with someone who it is not there is called dana. There is a whole big chapter on dana. We have done that charity, so dana, there are different kinds of dana. That is dravya dana with money, dravya dana or material, dravya dana, vidya dana, the Oshad dana, giving medicine to someone, avas dana, giving somebody a shelter, avas dana, bhumi dana. There's so many kinds of dana. So there are so many kinds of dana you can do, but dana is a product of your kindness and knowledge. It is the external manifestation of your pure interior that you want to share, whatever you have, the know-how or wealth. So that is dana. Only human being has this faculty. Animal cannot do dana. Animal cannot share. Children cannot share. Try to take a toy from a baby, will not share. Animals cannot share. It's a dog will get a bone and will run away. Will never share. Only mature human being can share. So dana is a very, very unique God, gift of God. So that is called divine gift. So dana, damascha means control of sense. Dana, damascha, yagnascha. Dama means a control of senses. So senses are connected to the mind and senses are outward going. That's it. It's senses that they are designed in a way that it will drag you outside. So some senses are connected to the mind, so the mind is also going outside. So changing the direction of mind from outward world to inside towards your Atman or or away from the world. as a world will create the divine qualities in you. So these divine qualities are available, but they are diluted, they are subdued, they are hidden because our attention is towards the world, and world doesn't have these divine qualities. The world has a different market. It is a different different jazz. You don't go to the world to become divine. You go to guru to become divine. Go to scriptures to become divine. Go within yourself to become divine. But if you but the world does not have it. So dhamma means control the senses so that they don't keep running outside. Train them. No? So enjoy, but train them within your control. You don't get in the control of your senses. So dhamma means control of sense. Dhamma means yagnas. The fifth, six quality is yagna. Yagna means sacrificial things. Yagna means doing the things for the benefit of not only yourself but the benefit of cosmos is called yagna. Yagnas are done for two reasons: to please the Lord, because we want something. That I want children, so okay, yagna, you do it. I want rain, you do the yagna. I want victory, so you try to please the God. Or you do yagna to thank God, that oh God, you gave me so much, I'm happy, and as my gratitude, I'm doing performing yagna. So yagnas are done for two purposes, and there are various kinds of yagnas. So, but God says you you do the work with the frame of mind of yagna. And that also he tells in the beginning, the yagna arthat karmana manyatra lokeyam karma bandhana tadartham karma konteya mukta sanga samacharan. He gives the first instruction that except yagna, anything you do, Arjuna, will bind you. Yagna arthat karmanam anyatra loke ayam karma bandhana. It will bind you. Tadartham karma konte. Therefore, tadartham karma konteya mukta sanga samacharan. Therefore, you do this yagnic work or beneficial work to the cosmos without attachment. So again, yagna arthat karma, very important. That's why yagna arthat karmanam anyatra lokeyam karma bandhana tadartham karma kunteya mukta means free, mukta sangha without attachment, mukta sangha samacharan, and you will get everything through this yagna. So that's why yagna is extremely important in Vedas. So, the second verse comes, Sa yagna praja sustva purovach prajapati in anena prasavisyadam esaha vastu kamaduk. If you do these and if you follow my instruction, what will happen? Sa Yagna, along with Yagna, the creator at the beginning of creation stated this. Sa Yagna Praja Srustva Purovacha Prajapati. Anena Prasavisyadam. Through these Yagna, Anena Prasavisyadam means you flourish. Anena Prasavisyadam Esaha Vaha Astu Kamduk. It will become your wish fulfilling cow. Means whatever you want, you will get it. So he gave two truths that if you do anything else besides yagna, it will bind you. If you do it yagna, it will work as your secretary and will get you anything you want. So that's why yagna is very, very important. Swadhyaya, the next quality is swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means studying the scriptures. That's what we are doing. Swadhyaya, study of the scriptures. These ideas, they come from the scriptures. Swadhyaya means self-examination also. So self-examination, seeing your own progress and studying the scriptures, repeatedly studying, because you will study, you will know, you will understand, you will forget. So daily study of the scriptures. So swadhyaya. Tapaha arjavam. Tapa, next quality. Tapa means austerity. Austerity means not starving or anything like that, but tapa means to make the things better. The tapa means to make a thing better is called tapa. To make my mind better, my body better, my intellect better. That effort is called tapa. Tapa arjvam. Arjvam means straightforwardness. These are all divine qualities. Tapa arjvam means straightforwardness. Means whatever you talk, whatever you think, and whatever you do is in one unison, one line is called arjvam. Opposite of arjvam is crookedness. I say something, I believe something, and I do something. So arjvam is a great quality. Tapa arjvam. Ahimsa. Ahimsa means not causing injury. It is a product of love. So ahimsa means to hurt. Ahimsa, not hurting. It's a product of your kindness and your development. Ahimsa. Satyam. Satyam means truthfulness. Satyam means to state the thing as it is without changing it, without altering, without contaminating with your own bias. So stating the thing the way it is called satya. Ahimsa, satyam, akrodha, absence of anger. Anger is a very negative emotion. So akrodha means absence of krodha, and that is a product of kshama. So if the moment you can forgive somebody, there will be no growth. If you can't forgive and if you are insistent on something, you will get angry and you will be subject to growth. So akrodha. Tyaga means renouncing. Tyaga santir anantaram. Bhagavan says that. With the only way you will get peace of mind is by giving up the things that you like, or by tyagat santiranantara, not by grabbing. By grabbing, you will have a headache. As you want to put a ownership, you want to have it, you want to protect it, you are worried that somebody will take it, you are worried that you will have to die now and you will have to leave that. So every stage it will cause you problem. So only way peace will come is tyaga santiranantaram. Akrodha tyaga. Tyaga is another one. Then Santi, peace of mind, comes by Tyaga. Apeshunam. Apeshunam means fault finding. If you do something, I will see the deficiency on you. You are well dressed and everything, but I'll find out something negative. That is called Peshunam. Apeshunam means no fault finding. So that is also a very divine quality, and Peshunam comes because of your jealousy. Peshunam. Daya bhuteshu aloluptvam, and compassion towards all beings, not only human beings. Compassion only human beings has that, nobody else. So human being, it is inherent in human being. Every human being. There is an accident and somebody falls down and is helpless. 10 people will get together. A monkey is hit on the road. The 10 monkeys are not going to come together because they don't have that compassion. So human being has compassion. And somebody will be nice and kind and will take the patient to call the ambulance or take the patient, do whatever. But that is our inherent quality. So daya bhuteshu aloluptvam mardvam hirchapalam. Aloluptvam means lolupta means thirst for having the thing which somebody else, and wanting more and more. That is called lolupta. Lolupta means that is that is desiring more things for more enjoyment, more intensely, more frequently. It's called lolupta. We go to shopping center, and instead of one thing, we buy 10 things. That's a product of rajas, lolupta. Aloluptam. Mardvam means mildness, straightforwardness. Arjvam is related to body and action, while Mardvam is related to mind. Means my mind is very straightforward and kind, and my action is also very kind. Mardvam, aloluptam, Mardvam, hirchapalam. Hir means humility. That you are doing something wrong, you feel you are ashamed of it. Here chapalam means agitation and restlessness. That instead of that you are quiet and steady. That is chapalam means no agitation, no nothing. So very chapalam. Teja kshama druti socham. Teja kshama, ability to forgive. Once you forgive, there is no anger. Teja, Kshama, Druti means firmness. Druti means firmness, the firmness to conduct your assignment. It's like there is you are doing a work and the suddenly air condition turns off and you say, no, I can't work. Means you have a zero Druti or firmness. So, but you put up with that and continue whatever you ought to do is called Druti. So Teja Kshama Druti Socham means purity, Socham. Adroha means no desire to hurt anybody. Droha means to hurt. Adroha. Na atimanita means absence of so much of arrogance. Na atimanita means demanding respect from other, that other people should respect me because of my knowledge, because of my whatever it is. No, or some people they just think too much about themselves. Na atiman. Bhavanti sampadam devim abhijatasya varat. These 26 qualities are the divine qualities. So that's what Lord explained. This is extremely important. That's why I spend a lot of time. And you keep repeating this, and then more these divine qualities are cultivated or you focus, closer to God you get. And those qualities are the product because you have inclination towards God. When you have inclination towards your Atman or God, you will develop divine quality. They are there for you to grab. But if your inclination is towards the world, you will get asuri qualities. You will not get divine qualities. So depending upon where your inclination is there, inclination towards God, you will get godly qualities, and that will take you towards godly pursuit and shanti and happiness, peace, bliss, and that's what we all want. But we thought that we'll get it from a shopping center or from Manhattan, you don't get anything in Manhattan, no? So except aggravation, So that's what God says. So these are divine qualities, and then God says, what is the asuri qualities? So and then God says, Devis, so that is uh, uh, yes. So after that, Dambhodarpo Abhimanascha. There are six bad qualities or demonic. Dambho Darpo Abhimanascha Krodha Parushyam Evacha Agnanam cha Abhijatasya Partha Sampadam Asuri. These six qualities are called demonic qualities or devilish quality, and it will drag you down. And they are opposite of these divine qualities. Dambho, pretension. Dambho, darpo means too much arrogance of your wealth, of your diploma, of your beauty, and all those things. Dambho, darpo, abhimanas, krodha, anger. Parushya means abrasive. Such people are very abrasive in their talk, in their walk, in the way they look at others. Everything is hurtful. That is parushya means abrasive, not kind. Dambo, darpo, abhimanascha, krodha, parusham, agnanam, and at the same time they have no spiritual inclination or knowledge. Dambo darpo abhiman, krodh parishma, agnanam cha abhijatasya partha sampadam asurim. These are asuri quality. And then now he says, Devi sampada vimokshaya. Nibandhaya asuri mata. Masucha sampadam devim abhijatasya pandava. These divine qualities will liberate you, Arjuna, and devilish quality will drag you down. But you don't worry, you are divine. God tells you. Devi Sampada Vimokshaya means it will liberate. Moksha means liberation. He adds prefix V to emphasize moksha. I mean, definitely. Devi Sampada Vimokshaya Nibandhaya Asuri Mata. Masucha, don't worry. Masucha Sampadam Devim. You are loaded with Sampadam Devim. Abhijato, you are born with Abhijato Asi Pandav. Bhagavan says Masucha two places in Bhagavad Gita. This is one place is here and one place is at the end. The Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Raja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshyasmi Masucha. There he says. Arjuna will liberate you. When? When you will surrender to me totally. So he says that divine qualities means the means come from me and I come from me. Don't worry. Devi Sampada Vimoksha Nibandaya Asuri Tamasucha Sampadam Devim Abhijatu Vasi Pandava. Then he says, Do bhute sarge loke asmin devi asuri evacha devo vistarasa prokta asuri partme shruno. I explained you devi qualities in great detail. Now listen asuri qualities from me because you want to know, you should know both of them. So now God explains the whole creation. And it's very important for us to know. No? We don't know and we roam in the world. So that's why we get bruised and we say, why and how those questions are out of because we never paid attention to. So now he explains Asuri. So God says, Pravrutim cha nivrutim cha janana vidurasura na socham na pichacharo na satyam tesu vidyate. How the nasty people are, God describes them. So there's a pravrutim cha nivrutim. They don't know what is the right activity, what is the wrong activity. Pravrutim cha nivrutim cha. Jana na vidurasura, na socham, na pichacharo, na satyam tesu vidyate. They don't know what is a good conduct, what is a good thing, how they should conduct. They don't know. So that is a asuri. Means he's lacking this differentiation. He has no discrimination. So, pravritim cha nivritim. And next, asatyam and how they think. Very important for us to know. Asatyam apratistam. Bhagavan says that these kind of nasty people, devilish, they are also my children, but I am describing you. Asatyam apratishtam te jagad ahu aniswaram aparaspar sambhutam kimanyatah kam hetukam. Such people believe, not only that they believe, they have fixed idea and they verbalize it also. Asatyam, they say that this world is not real, this is fake. Asatyam, apratishtam is baseless. Asatyam, apratishtam. Te ahu jagat anishwaram. There is nothing like God. What are you talking about? Asatyam apratishtam. Te ahu jagat aniswaram. Aparaspar sambhutam. It is created by contact of man and woman. Aparaspar sambhutam. Kim anyata. What else? Kam hetukam. It is made for these lusty activities, my friend. Who says that? The one who is endowed with a nasty quality. And there are people like that. I came across as one lady a long time ago in 90s, and they exactly they use this language. क्या भगवान की बात कर रहे हो? No, what are you talking? There is nothing like God. No, this is all fake. It is your intoxication. No, it is your misbelief. No, that's what they think. So God describes them. Asatyam apratishtam te jagat prau aniswaram aparaspar sambudam kimanyatha kam hetu kam. And then he says, Etam drastim vastabhya nastatmano alpa buddhaya prabhavanti ugra karmanam kshayaya jagatovita. Arjuna, the people with this kind of understanding, with this kind of drasti or understanding, they are very destructive to my creation. Etam drastim vastabhya means confuse people with wrong stand they have taken. Vastabhya, nast atmano means their mind and soul is gone. Nastatmano, alpa buddhaya, with a little intellect, no intellect buddhaya. Prabhavanti ugra karmanam. They are extremely busy in enjoying and creating wealth for themselves, for their sensual desires and sensual activities, and they are kshayaya jagatohita. They are destructive to my creation. Kshaya means destruction. Tuberculosis was called kshaya. It destroys the lungs. So kshaya, the God says, these people destroy my creation because they are mindless and heartless. God says they are mindless. God says, I know how to deal with them and I will deal. So that's what we were discussing one time. Well, Bhagwan so gaya hai ki kya hai? No, he knows these kind of people and he knows how to deal with them. Then the next verse, he says, Kamam, how these the devil people or worldly people or sensual people deal as in their day-to-day activity. Kamam asritya duspuram. They with their desires which cannot be satisfied. Kamam asrite duspuram. Dambha man madanvita. Means they are arrogant and loaded with these unsatiable desires. Mohat gruhitva asadgrahan. Out of their delusion and wrong standing and wrong understanding, mohat gruhitva asadgrahan pravartante asuchivrita. And they are extremely busy in doing wrong things. All these people we see in the world who are self-centered, selfish, putting wealth for themselves, don't care about others, and their main intention is to driven to satisfy their own desires and own agenda. They are extremely destructive to my creation. Kamam asrita duspuram dambha man madanvita mohat gruhitva asadgran pravartante asuchivrita. Chintam aparimeyam cha pralayantam upasrita. Kam upbhoga parama etavad nischita. Now God is going in the details of these asuri people. Chintam aparimeyancha pralayantam. Up to the death, they have this desire of acquiring wealth, getting more for themselves, for their children, for God knows for who, at the cost of other people and deprive them. They have no concern with that, They have deprived them. So chintam aparimeyam cha pralayantam. Pralayantam means up to the death. Pralayantam upasrita. Kam bhoga parma. Desire and enjoyment as the ultimate goal. Kam upbhoga parma. Etavad nischitaha. And then they are not worried about anybody. They have no dharma, they have no vivek, they don't believe in God, they don't believe in papa punya, they don't believe in life after death, nothing. Only enjoy, accumulate wealth because I want to enjoy more. If I have one car, I want 5 cars and I want bigger and better and God knows what. So that is because they have no other idea, means lacking the qualities, any of the divine qualities. Then it says, Asa pasa satir baddha kama krodha parayana ihante kama bhogarthe anyayena artha sanchay. What they do? Asa pasa satir, every word is important. No? So, and if you understand, oh my God, you will go crazy. Asa pas means rope, bound with the rope of this asa means they have a lot of desires, lot of craving, lot of thirst for the worldly things. Asa pas satyar baddha means hundreds of them. Asa pas satyar baddha. Kam krodh parayana, endowed with anger and desire. Kam krodh parayana. Ihante kam bhogarte. They keep acquiring, grabbing. Sometimes we wonder what they will do with this money, why they want more. This is the reason. No? Ihante means accumulating. Ihante kam bhogart. Anyayen arth sanchay. By hook or crook, by worldly games and their tricks. And they say that what is wrong? There is nothing wrong in that. This world is for the survival for the fittest. That's how they justify survival for the fittest. For them, fittest means the one who can cheat the maximum and one who can deceive maximum is the fittest. That is their definition. First of all, they have no good qualities. They don't believe this world is a creation. They don't believe in creator. They don't believe in anything else. They only believe in what they see, senses, sense pleasure, and unsatiable their personal desires to fulfill it with arrogance. And this is the stand they have taken. And they are verbalize that. They are not ashamed. They say, no, I don't believe. No, I'm non-believer. No, there is a column that what faith you have. They say, okay, I don't belong to any religion. No, none. It's because they have, and they feel good about it. I don't know why. But so that is the 12th verse. Asa pasa satir buddha kama krodha parayana ihante kama bhogarte anya artha sanchay. And they keep accumulating. They have nothing else. There is nothing else. No concern about others. I rob the society and with by hook or crook because I'm in a position or some situation where I can do it. And I don't care how many people are deprived because of that, how many people are dying and starving. That is of no concern. And that is the conduct of a asuri people. So God explained Devi and Asuri. So Devi Sampada Vimokshaya Nibandhaya Asuri Mata Masucha Sampadam Devim Avijata Pandava. So the God and these availability of divine qualities for everybody. So God says, you turn towards me within you, and the divine qualities will flourish in you one after the other. You go to the world, your devilish quality will flourish, and you will need those kind of devilish assets to conduct your affairs in the world, and you will be lost. So you turn towards me. So these are these two sides of a coin. One side is inclination to the world, as I will drag you that way. Inclination to God will take you to liberation. Both things, where do they happen? They happen in the mind. That is that whether it is a bondage or liberation, both things happen in the mind. So mind is the man eva, only mind. Man eva manushyanam karanam bandhana mokshayo. Both things are in the mind. Your mind is well trained and loaded with scriptures and divinity, you are better off. It is loaded with a worldly thing, you are in a mess. So God says that you pick up the choice. You pick up the choice, and that will happen. And now in the second half, He will tell how He rewards the divine people, how He takes care of the Asuri people. So nobody will go uh, without rewards of what they are doing, good or bad. So these are the different qualities. If you have any question, you ask. I'm sure there are a lot of questions you might have, but it is, to me, it is day and night. It is so clean, and but you have to keep doing this again and again. Maybe I'm doing it for 40 years, so this thing becomes, and like I said, it becomes more clear. Now I see the sequence of the way God explained even the divine quality. He did not put the qualities haphazardly. He says abhaya, sattva samsuddhi. He didn't say daya or akrodha. He said sattva samsuddhi, purity of mind. He says so abhaya, sattva samsuddhi, gnana, yoga, vyavastita, dhanam, damascha, yagnascha, swadhyaya, tapo, arjvam, ahimsa, satyam, akrodha. And then he goes back. And you do it 100 times, it becomes yours forever. No? Yours truly forever. Thank you. You can ask questions, whatever you have.
Thank you, Dr. Chokshi. Any questions for Dr. Chokshi, please? I have a question. I think when you were telling about the asura qualities, there are people who do not believe in God, so-called atheists. But I know many people who are atheists and they're such good human beings. They feel that believing in any one particular religion or God gives them arrogance. That's the way they feel, that, oh, I'm this, and my religion is better than yours. I don't know. Just very simple question. Yeah.
No, I mean, they are conducting themselves as nicely and doing the right things. They are
Right.
they are divine without knowing it or without crediting the Creator. No? But they are in the right path. No, so okay. You don't want to say. Some people say Creator, Mother Nature. No, I don't believe in God, but I believe in Creator. I believe in the destiny or so what, something they will name it. But so that is nothing wrong with it. Only at least they are on the right track. At least they are not harmful. So God did not put them such a people into Shayaya Jagat Vita. They are enemies of the my creation. But because they are doing right things.
Right. Thank you. Anyone have any questions for Dr.
I have
Chokshi?
a question. Just can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, Jai.
Good. Okay. In the beginning, you said bhai and abhay as thought, but in the end, I've come to impression that it's coming from the mind, so it is an emotion.
Yeah, yeah, fear is an
The,
emotion. Yes.
so bhai and abhay should be coming from mind and it's an emotion, right?
Yeah.
Or it thought means it has to come from the intellect.
No, thought precedes these all emotions. It's everything starts with the thought. Thought are not under our control. They spring, they sprout on their own. If they were under our control, we will only say, okay, let me only have good thoughts. I will never have bad thoughts. But thoughts are not under our control. But these thoughts are not real also. They are illusion. That we will see when Bhagavan Raman Mercy will show what is mind and what is thought. So that we will go it on Saturday. So please come for that session.
Of
So
course.
thought is not under our control, but thought is not a real entity. It is an illusion.
Right.
It is like I see a water in the desert. That kind of illusion. That thought is illusion. Ego is an illusion. These things are not real. And that is what is harassing us. That the illusion that I am this body, mind, intellect, I'm Atul Chokshi, that is an ego, which is an illusion. There was no entity like that. I created that. So those are all illusions. When we come to the truth, those illusions disappear and then you are liberated.
Dhanyawad. Thank you.
So Bhagavan Rama Mercy teaches us so nicely how Updeshar is, what is thought, and we will go in the details. 30 verses of Updeshar, no?
Okay. Yeah.
Coming back to Savitaji's question about atheist, whatever little I read about it, atheist can be good person, but he cannot get a moksha.
Yes.
To get out of the cycle of birth and death,
Yes.
you have to adapt the scripture, whatever it says in.
See,
That's what they were saying. I'm not.
You see, Monish Bhai gave the highest truth. That okay, you are doing the right thing and you did it and conduct. You paid the taxes and you did not hurt anybody and you go empty-handed. You cannot be a liberated soul because you are still not done with your desires, vasanas, imprints, and birth and death cycle will continue for you. So that liberation from that can only come by spiritual knowledge.
Yep.
I don't know. I have difficulty accepting that, Manish bhai.
It is. That's what it was. As he said too,
No,
because
no. I mean, so what is the difficulty?
There's somebody who's a good human being, who's done all good deeds, never hurt anybody, all the good qualities you talked about, a divine individual, but does not believe in creator, he cannot get moksha, even though he's a good person.
Because he did a lot of karmas. Good karmas will give good reward to him. Bad karmas will give bad rewards. This gentleman is very good there when you're describing. He will get the good rewards of his karma, but he will not be a liberated soul.
Actually, I think I agree with Savita. How is it that without connecting to God, you're a good human being, doing the good deeds, helping anybody, no bad things inside you, you don't think, you are Atman, pure Atman. So how come you cannot get moksha? Without God, you cannot get
But
moksha?
the rule is that any action will create corresponding response. So good karmas will bring good results. So God says you will have to enjoy good karmas, good results. So that's why you will have another birth. How can you enjoy the results of good karmas? Because you are getting old and you will die, so you will get another birth where you will get a birth in a multimillionaire's house and you will continue, but you will not be a liberated soul.
okay. So let me interject 1 second here.
No, but
It's right.
does that make sense? Good
I
karmas,
still
good result.
don't.
Bad karmas,
Mm.
bad results. No,
Yeah, so that.
if we don't agree with that, then there is a. I mean,
No, actually, I think even you believe in God, you can do bad karma, good deeds, good human being. Same thing you can do, believing in God or not believing in
no,
God.
don't believe in God, but you will have to face the results of good karmas, good result, bad
Yeah,
karmas, bad
yeah.
results. So you will be born again. Liberation means no birth, death. You are merging with cosmos. You are merging with God. That will not happen.
So, okay, you
So,
can.
Vinodji,
No,
I'll
no.
tell you in a
I mean,
simple language.
that's very
It is
simple.
truth. It is truth because I read it in a.
Yes, you did a good karmas. Then you will have to enjoy the good fruits of the karmas, and to enjoy that, you will need a body. You will get another birth, my friend. Where is the confusion? Why do you think this cycle goes on and on? But the yogis, they don't want to go this cycle, so they have gone in the details and understood these scriptures and this truth, and they do these yagna arthat karmana man. That's why that I told you that shloka, that yagna means unattached activity you
Yeah.
did, so that will not bind you, but otherwise it will bind you. No,
Only thing I can think of detachment. Detachment, the only thing, maybe then you connect to God rather than just doing the good karma and good human being. And just detachment is the only different I can just think of that. Am I right or wrong?
Excuse me. So in a Updesh Haram, just Dr. Chokshi is talking about Updesh Haram. That
Yes.
first three.
Jagdish, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you. I'm doing very well.
Yeah.
So in Updesh Haram, just very first three shlokas about karma. And that's
Yeah.
Ramana Maharshi is talking about karturagya prapyate phalam karma kim param karma tajjadam. And
Yes.
again, ending, Ishwararpitam nechayagrutam chitta sodhakam mukti sadhakam.
Yes.
And in Bhagavad Gita, and Lord Krishna is saying, karmanyevadhikarastuma phaleshu kadachana. So we can see, if you have to do karma, but it is not in your hand. And
Yeah.
once you are just offering to everything to God, whatever you're doing, good or bad, and you are not just getting attached with that things. So whatever we do, according to Maharshi Ji, he says, Ishvara arpitam nechaya kurtam chitta
Yes.
sodhakam mukti sadhakam.
See, you know you know all these verses, so it makes immediately sense, no? That Ishwar Arpitam, what is that? That is Yagna. Ishwar Arpitam na ichaya krutam chitta sodakam mukti sadakam. That will liberate you. So
And
it
that's why
is, yeah, but otherwise activity is like an ocean. Kruti mahodadho patana karanam phalam sasvatam gati nirodhakam. It's like an ocean. It will take you one after the other cycle. So it is your choice, whatever you want to do. God has given us free choice, totally